It's disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going too far. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop to this. Y'all need to put
Since 4 quarters obviously weren't enough, Dijonai Carrington waited until the end of the game to try to use Satou Sabally as her personal punching bag. Kathy Angelbert is also out here acting like she's running a yoga retreat rather than a professional league. Someone please get this woman a fire extinguisher and a whistle. Get your popcorn ready, because this isn't just a WNBA rivalry. It's a full-fledged, hot confrontation, and you won't believe what happened. It's insane in the greatest way possible.
There's some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security...
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game. Take your sorry asses to the locker room. Take y'all sorry asses to the locker room. Y'all won one game all year. Shout out to Paige. You had a hell of a performance today. Y'all stink. Don't interrupt the other team huddle. Take y'all trash team to the locker room, bro.
Oh, it becomes more bizarre because the true query is, how is this still occurring? How are we in 2025 watching paid professionals? Kathy Angelbert is simply out here drinking chamomile tea as if nothing is wrong, while athletes are throwing WWE tantrums like it's a middle school hallway brawl. Are you operating a league or holding an anger management support group with a scoreboard? Ma'am?
Are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the off-season? Who hurt you, Dijonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirtbag Dijonai Carrington. A game where Paige Bueckers had her best game as a pro.
Let's take a moment to discuss Dijonai Carrington since we've reached a new level of carefree chaos. This woman isn't just scuffing her elbows in the paint. She's performing full karate chops during the broadcast as if she trained at the Shaolin Temple. If you blink too quickly, you might miss it. Every post-game handshake seems to be a covert audition for the Cobra Kai WNBA edition, as demonstrated by Bruce Lee's layup attempt.
In drama yet again in another basketball game, and this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game, and you already know Phoenix put the beats on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is Dijonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be done.
And then there is the hair pulling. Yes, you read correctly, where WNBA players are snatching each other's extensions as if it were the last round of a reunion of Real Housewives. How do we go from fadeaways and quick breaks to full-on follicular warfare? Not only for hazard pay fines, but also for mouth guards. These women require helmets and insurance waivers. Someone phones the league headquarters.
And Satou Sabally low-key was going at it the entire game. Okay, they both they were doing pretty good guarding and defending each other. Like, it was starting to get heated up again. They're very competitive women. Okay, Satou Sabally stands at 6'4". Dijonai Carrington is at 5'11". The truth is, though, low-key, they kind of have been going at it, so to speak, for some years now. I remember I saw a clip back in from 2023. Just YouTube it here, guys. It's on YouTube here for free. Just type in Dijonai Carrington Satou Sabally 2023. They got into it, they kind of clashed, and then Dijonai Carrington had said something to her out of bounds. She did something to her. She got fined $200, and then they was on Twitter talking about it. And Dijonai Carrington had added Satou Sabally. She was like, "Come on, Satou, it ain't even got to be like this." And Satou Sabally was like, "Girl, whatever." Again, Satou Sabally, okay, has been she's slick at the mouth. Okay, her and Dijonai Carrington, they act like they ain't got no media training. They act like they ain't got no home training.
The actual kicker is right here. DJ Carrington is a selective bully who doesn't just throw down with everyone. Oh no, this isn't pandemonium without planning. She chooses her victims as if she were planning her ideal fight club she exclusively attends to players. She is certain that she can steamroll. Try putting that kind of nonsense on someone like Brittany Gurrier or A.A. Wilson and see how quickly you get folded like a beach chair. But DJ is out there taking on rookies and anyone under 6 feet as if it were a playground activity. She's the kid who slaps your lunch tray off the table, but only if she's certain you won't return the favor. That's the part that hurts the most, though, because she knows exactly what she's doing. This isn't passion on the spur of the moment. It's planned mayhem. Whereas Kathy Engelbert during all of this, sitting in a boardroom someplace, crafting a very gentle, vague statement about sportsmanship and high standards as the league turns into a full-length, compact soap opera with a dash of ego and a dash of bad judgment. Kathy, you need a referee crew with riot shields instead of a public relations staff, because what's taking place on that court is borderline battery rather than passion.
Here, bro. Get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. Dijonai Carrington, you have done enough. WNBA, are you going to step in? Remember the last time I said, since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody gonna have to step up and fight. Now we're after the game and she's approaching someone to fight. She's approaching someone hostile. You too hostile. You just got popped. Y'all have lost 10 games. You have won 1 game. Get your ass to the locker room.
For a moment, picture the scene. The final buzzer sounds. Everyone is exhausted, sweaty, and possibly a touch irritated. But instead of dressing up and going to the locker room like responsible adults, DJ Carrington determines it's time for a surprise episode Satou of Mortal Kombat. It's crazy. The crowd is bewildered, the security is asleep, and Kathy is still missing. Sabally is still attempting to tie her shoelaces, and the DJs are already assuming a ninja position and maybe singing her own entrance music. Most likely downloading an app for mindfulness one shove at a time. DJ is transforming the WNBA into the Wild West. Let's be clear, this isn't excessive competition. Rather, it's unbridled aggression with a whistle nearby. Each time the league doesn't react with actual sanctions, it sends a message that says, hey, go ahead and body slam someone if you're having a bad shooting night. We'll just find you $250 and post a cute Be Better tweet. Where are the suspensions and accountability? The league's top executive is somewhere rearranging color-coded spreadsheets, while the leadership DJ Carrington is doing a whole fight card in slow motion with no one pausing. She's the Tasmanian devil in braids causing mayhem.
What else happened last night? Dijonai Carrington said, oh, what? Paige Beckers is going to get all this shine after her amazing game? Paige Beckers is going to get all this publicity after this amazing game? How do I take the spotlight off my teammate, act like a child, and have everybody's eyes on me? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally. As the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling, Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the Wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Satou Sabally jawing at Dijonai. And that's Dijonai. That's dirtbag Dijonai, by the way, with that thigh tattoo, as you see over here.
In a classroom full of untamed middle schoolers, Kathy Engelbert has all the authority of a substitute teacher. While everyone is acting as they want, she helplessly writes names on a clipboard that no one will ever read and won't even attempt to explain to us. That's just passion. Playing with a sprained ankle and diving for loose balls are examples of passion. Dropping your opponent's kneecap and then acting as though it was an accident is not. DJ Carrington appears to be styling mannequins by tugging hair blindfolded. There's nothing exciting about going all UFC during post-game cheers, but once more, it's who she targets that truly reveals the game. She never tries that nonsense with a Candace Parker team on. Instead, she waits for the people who are too stunned, too polite, or too inexperienced to fight back. It's not just violence, though. It's strategic violence, like a villain with a scouting report, and the fans, Oh, they're loving it because, let's face it, the drama is gripping. There's something unsettlingly entertaining about watching someone try to switch between a street battle and a handshake line by double dutching.
How did security let that go on for so long? How does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile? Especially with her reputation. Y'all supposed to get them off the floor. Get them off the floor. You don't see the other team. When Minnesota plays at home, right? When Minnesota plays at home and after the game, they do their dance, step thing, whatever it is they do. You don't see the other team out there. No, the other team beat it. They just smacked y'all. Skate, get out of here. Skedaddles, have a safe flight home. You don't see the other team out there when the minutes, like, come on. Y'all lost. Y'all been losing. WNBA, y'all.
However, if Cathy Engelberg doesn't take control of the situation quickly, the WNBA will become known as the league where you might catch a right hook before you catch your breath rather than for its elite talent and growing influence. It's time to stop issuing polite warnings and start issuing real consequences, because if DJ Carrington turns another post-game moment into her own personal fight club and the league does nothing again, we'll have to start assuming Cathy Engelberg is operating this thing out of an underwater bunker without Wi-Fi. Punishment is now necessary for existence. It is no longer voluntary. We need order, leadership, and most importantly, Cathy must wake up and start acting like the commissioner of a professional sports league rather than the director. The WNBA cannot afford to become a parody of itself, where every tense match ends with someone on the floor and someone else going viral for all the wrong reasons. She cannot continue to leave like the lead character in a telenovela storming off dramatically after setting the building on fire of a wild summer camp, as the only thing more absurd than DJ Carrington's antics is that nobody is stopping her. What's even more perplexing in this strange WNBA drama feast? DJ Carrington was not even confronted by Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a conversation that could also be important for the next CBA. You know, Cathy added a lot of games, and us as players, recovery is so important. We put our bodies on the line every single time. We had 9 games in 18 days. That's not really responsible for a commissioner. I think other teams have like 3 back-to-back, so it's just a lot of things that we could clean up in terms of scheduling, but we persevered and we showed that we can do it. It's just something that obviously along the way over the course of a long season, that's really hard to do.
Skylar is the same Skylar was practically in airplane mode for someone who talks the talk, and the moment things got spicy, she definitely turned into a ghost. She struts around as if she invented toughness, swaggering up and down the court like she's the final boss in a video game. She just let DJ run wild like a toddler off their leash, without even a side eye or a dramatic clapback. When DJ began spinning up her Tasmanian tornado routine, Skylar looked away as if she had just remembered she had left her curling iron on. Where was all that alpha energy when the league needed someone to pump the brakes on this chaos instead of everyone just letting it happen? This is the same Skylar who never misses an opportunity to show off her attitude, and her highlight reels have their own soundtrack of sass and smirks. The veterans stood around like background dancers in her villain origin story until the DJ went full Mortal Kombat again. It seems like nobody wants to be the adult in the room, and now there's a chain reaction of unbridled hostility. This is transforming WNBA games into gladiatorial arenas with sporadic free throws because, let's face it, these women are determined to ruin their own league one foul-mouthed elbow throw at a time. This isn't passion, it's sabotage. This is what happens when athletes mistakenly think that chaos is branding, and that if they're not trending for drama, they're irrelevant.
The WNBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense, man. Y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like, Satou ain't with all that. She know who to pick and choose to play these games with. She wouldn't have, you see Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did what that wolfing she was doing with Satou. She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. At all. At all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10.
And guess what? They're trending, but not for the reasons that anyone wants the WBA to trend. Rather than being well known for their talent and more visibility, we're seeing the league turn into a joke. Reel of post-game meltdowns and sideline altercations for the first time in a long time. People outside of the core audience were talking about women's basketball as if it mattered, and some of these players decided that now is the time to start treating games like they're auditioning for Survivor.
Clearly allowing her to bully, attack, say whatever, do whatever she wants to any damn players. There is no disciplinary actions. There is no nothing with Dijonai Carrington, bro. I mean, this is getting out of hand, dog. And it's just so crazy to me that this is yet another week. I mean, well, not even a week. Another game. And we have a Dijonai Carrington situation, bro. A whole damn situation, bro.
Therefore, the WNBA needs to move quickly to prevent this rising tide from becoming a tidal wave of disaster. This calls for real leadership, real punishment, and perhaps even a reminder to players like DJ Carrington that you don't advance the game by trying to eliminate your opponents, teammates, or the league's only bankable star.
When it was Satou Sabally up against Dijonai Carrington. Satou Sabally, again, she's 6'4", large wingspan. She's bigger and stronger and taller than Dijonai Carrington. She was tossing Dijonai Carrington around like a damn rag doll.
Rather, you advance the game by playing it as though it matters, and you want people to watch. The goal is to inspire, not to intimidate, but at the moment, too many players seem more interested in seeing their names in headlines as opposed to creating something enduring, and Kathy Angel-Burt is running out of opportunities. This isn't intensity. Rather, it's insecurity masquerading as power, and if no one steps in to stop it, you can't allow the league to turn into a poor episode of Jerry Springer and still seem like you have it under control. There will be others searching for the way out besides Caitlin Clark.